saw you out there on Citadel Park, I guess.
Probably.
The day before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I did see you guys were.
Should I just put it here, or should I just...
My last minute run.
yeah, are you training for the marathon?
I'm doing it, yeah. So we're on the final thing. But then I wanted to go by the memorial on Saturday.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just do my run over here today.
sound check? Okay. Is that big deal? You want my radio voice? Okay, testing, 1, 2, check. This is my radio voice. All right, thanks. That good?
Sports reporter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I don't have a face for TV. I just got a voice for radio. Oh, don't put that on there.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started, and then Channel 9 we'll do something
Okay.
for them whenever you get here. Whenever you're ready, Sheriff.
Okay, you guys ready? All right, so make sure everybody's good to go. All right, we're going to go and get started. Man, first off, I want to say I appreciate everyone that come here today and to visit and so we could let you guys know what was going on. Just give you a brief description of what took place on Friday, the 18th, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Garvin County Sheriff's Office received a call from a person at a marijuana grow there at east of Wynnewood on 1600. Basically what he was saying was that he needed emergency services to come and help. Once we arrived on location, it was hard to translate. We had to use Google Translate for an Asian gentleman that was there. He advised us that somebody was killed, and so we go onto the property. We get into the residence, and we find that there appears to be 2 individuals there that succumbed to gunshot wounds. And from that point on, we stepped out of that residence, secured it, and we had requested several agencies to help us in this endeavor. At that time, we had called the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigations. We have a great partnership with them, and so we called them to ask them to come and help us with this. We also invited the Attorney General's office to come and be a part of this investigation as well, and I'll explain a little more on that. And then obviously the medical examiner to do their independent investigation on the cause of death. We believe that this is to be a double homicide that took place there in Garvin County. I will let you know that this is a marijuana grow facility. You know for a long time that we've been having a lot of problems with marijuana grows here in the state of Oklahoma. I know that when we started, back when it passed, that we peaked out around 12,000 grows. And in that grows, guys, it brings a criminal element that we're seeing today. That we're reaping the benefits of that, and we're seeing a lot of things that are going on. We've worked multiple robberies on grows, and I know that there's been some other deaths associated with the grows, and now we've got it here in Garvin County. So we have asked these agencies to come in and to assist us. We've asked the Attorney General's office because we are working with them continuously on some other robberies that were taking place with some gang members out of Oklahoma City and through Texas, and that has tied into several of the grows there in Garvin County and throughout the state of Oklahoma, so we invited them to be a part of that as well. Of course, the main investigation, it will be partners with ourselves, the Garvin County Sheriff's Office, and OSBI, and we have been working continuously over the weekend. And I will tell you that we are, as we speak, chasing down some leads, so that's what I've got so far, just to let you know what we're working. And I'll take some questions or let OSBI also. Why don't we do this? Why don't we let OSBI come in and let them talk about what they're doing on their side, and then we'll open it up for some questions.
Let's actually go with questions.
You want to go to the questions? Okay, so if you guys got any questions for me, I'll try to answer them the best that I can.
Sheriff, was this, do you believe, a robbery, or what do you think led up to this homicide?
So that's a good question. We don't know if it's a robbery. I do know that there's some things that we're looking at that doesn't appear to be a robbery. And what I mean by that is the lack of evidence. But that we're not canceling that out. You know, we're taking the robberies seriously because we've had them throughout the state of Oklahoma and some in Garvin County. We know that some of these guys that are robbing these grows are armed and they're dangerous. And so we've had some in times past where they did brandish firearms, and so we're not rolling it out. As of right now, I just don't have the evidence to support that.
Can you confirm if the man who called in was the owner of that grow at that location?
We don't believe that he's the owner. I think that what we're leaning towards is that he is a part-time worker and that he works at other marijuana grow facilities, and he was scheduled to work that day. His story is that when he got there, he started working within the grow area, waiting on the other two gentlemen to come to work. When they didn't see him, that's when he went to the residence, noticed it, and that's when he called us.
Where were they located on that property, and is this an illegal facility?
Okay, so it's a double question. So the first place is that in this facility there is a grow and then a residence that's actually inside on the property. They were located within the residence of this. What I've done, and thank you for bringing that up, what we have done is on Friday night when we got this information, another call was into OBN for it, and we've asked them to take a look at everything from OMMA licensing to what's supposed to be there, what not supposed to be there. So per my request, that they are diving into who the owner is and what's going on, particularly within this marijuana grow.
And there's a couple grows nearby. Have you confirmed if this is connected to some of those, or is that part of OBN?
Yes, so they are some that are nearby, but they're not connected. They are owned separately. And we did interview, Friday night those grows as well, but they have no connection with this particular grow.
On that question, do you know why that place was targeted versus the other two that are within a mile or two?
That's a good question, and we are piecing those together. So we're trying to find what the common denominator is throughout the state of Oklahoma. Why and how they particularly pick out a certain grow. If I have to answer your question particularly, that would mean that this was a targeted grow for a robbery. So I'm not ruling that out, but also I don't have the evidence to show that this was a particular picked out. We're going to focus on this particular grow because of A, B, and C. So as of right now, I don't have those answers, but that's what we're diligently seeking to have those answers for us.
Right now, you don't know if any product or money was stolen?
That is correct. So when our investigation, when we go in, we don't find any finished product, but we're finding that there was a lot of plants and a lot of things that were ready for harvest, and so I don't find any evidence of any finished product that is sealed and ready for transport. We didn't find any of that, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there. So again, that's what we're trying to piece that together.
Can you talk a little about the victims that you did find? I don't know if you have names available, but were they both male? Were they U.S. citizens? Give us a little background on the victims.
Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'll leave the names and everything up to the OSBI to release those. But what I will tell you that there were two males. One was of a Hispanic origin, and the other one was Asian. And they appear, as of when you were first looking at what we've got, they appear to be undocumented individuals that were there in Garvin County. I have not confirmed that through ICE just yet, and so we're taking some of the stuff that we found, and we have presented it to the medical examiner for a positive identification to make sure that we're not looking for somebody that's using another name. So we're still out there waiting to confirm whether or not they were really undocumented individuals.
Were there multiple gunshots? And where?
There were a couple of wounds that we found. Again, that's going to be up to the medical examiner to determine whether or not they were actual gunshot wounds or not. I know that Friday night we released those individuals to the medical examiners, and I have not received a report back yet.
I know you said that you're chasing down some leads. What does that look like? Did you guys find surveillance video in the home?
So, excellent question. So when we arrive on scene, the very first thing that we do is we secure everything, and then we back out and we get together with the judges, and we write search warrants on pretty much everything you could think of, that so that we could tie everything down. I don't really want to give out a lot of my information just yet, but I will tell you that it's taken us a lot of direction this weekend. And even before I got here today, I've got a call from the agent and saying that, hey, this is some of the places that they're leading us to. And so it's taken us on a trail, but we've been moving forward and nonstop for the last couple of days.
If you can say, have any of those leads led out of state?
They have not so far. Anything else? All right. I'll turn it over to OSBI.
My name is Hunter McKee, HUNTER, MCKEE, Public Information Manager, OSBI. Like Sheriff had mentioned, on Friday, the 18th, we were requested to assist them. They obviously, like he had mentioned, responded to that call. So the OSBI, what I can say right now from our standpoint, our agents, along with the Garvin County Sheriff's Office, have worked nonstop, doing what we can to find the people responsible for this crime. We are, you guys had asked questions about what we're exactly doing. We're looking throughout that entire area. I know a lot of you had driven down there before you came back up here. It's a very rural area down there, but we're working as many leads as we possibly can and doing what we can to find out the exact motive to why these suspects committed this crime, and again, doing what we can to get them off of the street. We have a tip line. That original press release we put out on Friday, we want people to know that tip line, that you can still call us there, and we're encouraging people to call us there. That is something that we're trying to use in order to get as many people as possible who are in that area at that time that may have heard something, seen something, to please come forward and let us know what you know. Because again, like the sheriff had mentioned, agents, investigators with the Garvin County Sheriff's Office, we're all working around the clock to do what we can to find those people responsible.
Hunter, you and both the sheriffs are saying suspects. Do you guys believe this is more than one person possibly?
We do not know at this time. As soon as that becomes available for us, we will certainly let you guys know. But we do not know if it's multiple or just one. But obviously, we're doing what we can to find that out as quickly as we possibly can to track down those people.
Those guys, they're growing concerned with the crimes on these grow farms.
That's not.
I mean, especially on the
Yeah.
farms now.
Even though the OSBI has worked these type of crimes before, I can't say that is specifically something that is something that we are specifically looking into. We're taking these. This is a case-by-case basis for us. So no, I cannot really confirm that is a emphasis on our front right now. But of course, with the great relationship we have with the Garvin County Sheriff's Office, anytime we're requested, that is something that eventually we will, look into as it's presented to us.
Was there anything unusual about when they tied up or anything?
No, nothing that we can really disclose at this time. Again, as this is ongoing and we're looking for these potential suspect or suspects, a lot from the actual scene, what had occurred with the victims, we're still waiting for. As Sheriff had mentioned, those victims were transported to the medical examiner's office. So once we get that report from them, we'll know a little bit more of maybe what had transpired up until their death.
Is the translation going to be difficult when the sheriff mentions they had to use a Google translation to get to talk to the person that called it in?
Probably something I can't comment on at this time. Of course, this is going to be ongoing with us. Our agents are still out there right now working this, and so once I hear back from them, maybe we'll know a little bit more on that front.
Can you give us any further information about the victims?
We will have more information and have an ID on the victims. I don't know if I'm going to have that today before your stories run, but we will have that this week. So I just need to, again, our agents have been working nonstop, so as soon as I get that from them, I will certainly let you guys know. And again, tip line, just so people know, 1-800-522-8017, and then we have an email, tips@osbi.ok.gov. Again, if anybody was in that area, if anybody knows what may have occurred up until that incident happened, please contact the OSBI.
Can you give us kind of a timeline on when the resident may occur?
So that's something we're still looking into too. I mean, like the press release said, the Garvin County deputies responded at 4 p.m. Friday, or around that time. So we're not really sure when this crime or incident exactly occurred, an exact time frame, but that's all part of our ongoing investigation. So hopefully we'll have that soon. Everybody good? Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.